Have you ever felt like banks speak a totally different language, with all the jargon and weird rules? Well, you are definitely not alone. Today, we're going to cut through all that confusion. We are going to tackle 10 crucial banking questions and give you the simple, straightforward answers you've been looking for. Let's dive right in. It's a really common feeling, right? But honestly, managing your own money shouldn't be a big mystery. In this explainer, we're going to break it all down, piece by piece. By the end of this, I promise you won't just understand banking a little better, you'll feel like you're actually in the driver's seat. Okay, first things first. Let's talk about the absolute foundation of your banking life, and that is the type of account you choose. This one decision really shapes how you save, how you spend, and how you manage your money every single day. So what's the deal with these two? A savings account is for most of us, people earning a salary or just putting money aside. The big plus? Your money actually earns interest, so it grows over time. The catch, though, is that banks usually limit how many transactions you can make. On the flip side, you've got the current account. This is the workhorse for businesses. It's built for a ton of daily transactions, but here's the trade-off. Your money just sits there. It doesn't earn any interest at all. So how do you choose? It's actually pretty simple. If your main goal is to save money and let it grow, even a little bit, a savings account is what you want. But if you're running a business with money constantly coming in and going out, you absolutely need the flexibility of a current account. That's really all there is to it. All right, so you've got your account, now what? Well, it's all about managing it the right way. This next section is all about those day-to-day rules and best practices you've got to know to avoid annoying fees and just, keep things organized. Okay, here's one that trips up so many people, the minimum balance. You've been there, right? You open an account and they tell you that you have to keep a certain amount of money in it or else you get hit with a penalty. But why? Why do banks do this? So this minimum balance is basically a threshold the bank sets, often somewhere between 1 and 3,000 rupees. Think of it like this. It's kind of your small contribution to help the bank cover its running costs, for things like keeping the systems running and paying staff. If your balance drops below that magic number, they charge you a penalty fee to make up for it. And that brings us to a super simple but absolutely vital piece of advice. When you are opening a new account, the very first question out of your mouth should be, what is the minimum balance requirement? Seriously, knowing this right from the start can save you a bunch of headaches and unnecessary charges later on. Let's tackle another question I hear all the time. Can you just open as many bank accounts as you want? Like 5, 10, 20? Is there any law that says you can't? The short answer is no, there's no law stopping you. But, and this is a big but, it's usually not a great idea. Just think about it. Every single account has its own minimum balance to worry about, and tracking all those statements, it can become a real nightmare. Plus, if you don't use an account for a while, it can go dormant, which is a whole other hassle. Really, the smartest approach is to keep it simple. Have one account for your day-to-day spending and another one dedicated just for your savings. I know, in our super digital world, it's easy to forget about the good old passbook. But that little booklet is so much more than just paper. It's the official, physical record of every single transaction. It's your personal, undeniable proof of your money's story. So why should you bother keeping it updated? Well, 3 huge reasons. First, it is your #1 tool for catching any wrong fees or charges from the bank. Second, let's say there's a massive computer meltdown. It's rare, but it happens. Your updated passbook is your concrete proof of how much money you have. And third, you'd be surprised how often it's required as a key document when you're applying for things like loans. You've probably heard this term thrown around, KYC. It simply stands for Know Your Customer. It's the process all banks have to do to verify that you are who you say you are. They'll use your Aadhaar, your PAN card, and a photo. It's really all about security. It's a major step in preventing fraud and other illegal stuff. Okay, let's move into our final section, and it's a really important one. This is all about protecting your money and understanding what your rights are as a customer. This is the stuff you need to know when things don't quite go according to plan. This is a scary thought, for sure, but it's a question we should all ask. What happens if your bank actually goes out of business? Does your hard-earned money just disappear? Thankfully, the answer is a big, fat no. And the reason why comes down to this one very, very important number: 5 lakh rupees.
This is all thanks to a government safety net called the DICGC. They basically provide insurance for your bank deposits. And what that means for you is that your money, we're talking both your principal and any interest you've earned, is protected up to a total of 5 lakh rupees per person per bank. So even in the worst case scenario, your savings up to that amount are totally safe.
Now let's switch gears and talk about checks. Writing a check isn't like sending a text message. It's a serious financial promise. And if you write one without having the money in your account to back it up, well, in India, that's not just a mistake. It's considered a criminal offense. And the consequences are no joke. First, your bank will slap you with a penalty. But more importantly, the person you gave the check to has the right to take you to court. And the punishment can be incredibly severe. We're talking up to 2 years in jail, or a fine that could be double the amount on the check. The lesson here is crystal clear. Never, ever write a check unless you are 100% certain the money is there.
Okay, what if you lose your ATM card? That feeling of panic is real. But here's what you do. Speed is everything. The very first thing, before you do anything else, is to block that card. Don't wait, don't hesitate. Call customer care or use your mobile banking app and do it immediately. Once you know the card is blocked and your money is safe, then you can calmly go to your branch and get a replacement.
What if you see money has been wrongly taken from your account? Don't panic. There's a clear 3-step process. Step 1, contact the bank. Call them or visit the branch. If that doesn't fix it, move to step 2, file a formal written complaint with the bank manager. And this is key, make sure you get a stamped copy as proof. If 30 days pass and there's still no solution, you have the right to escalate your case for free to the RBI's banking ombudsman, who will step in to help sort it out. So let's do a quick recap of the essentials we covered. 1, pick the right account for your needs. 2, always know the rules, especially about minimum balance. 3, treat your passbook like the important proof that it is. 4, remember that your money is insured up to 5 lakhs. And 5, know exactly what to do when something goes wrong. We've gone over a lot, and now you're armed with some really powerful knowledge that can protect you and your money. So I'll just leave you with this one question. After hearing all this, what's the one thing you're going to do next? Are you going to go check your minimum balance? Or maybe dust off that old passbook and get it updated? Whatever it is, taking that next step is how you really truly take control of your financial life. Thanks so much for joining me.